I recently found out that I love Wendy's chocolate chip cookies. If you haven't seen, I went to 12 different fast food restaurants, tried all of the cookies, and Wendy's was the clear winner. So today we are going to attempt to make a copycat recipe. So let's walk through the steps of what I generally do with a copycat recipe. First thing I always do is look up the ingredient list. I will pop it here or wherever so you can take a look at what the ingredients are. So I was surprised at how few ingredients were actually in this cookie. I was also surprised about a couple of other things. So we have flour, we have sugar, not brown sugar, chocolate chunks, palm oil, eggs, molasses, butter, soda, salt, and vanilla. Okay, the butter is in like the less than 2%, like teeny tinies, with the salt and the baking soda. So butter is flavor, not necessarily for structure. So the fat in the cookie is palm oil, not butter, which makes a lot of sense with the texture. On the edges, it's like buttery, crispy, melt in your mouth, just like kind of dissolves. It's delicious. And then the texture was super chewy, but also you can get like the granules of sugar in there, which makes sense because you cannot whip the sugar into the butter when it's not butter, it's palm oil, right? So I did a lot of digging, a lot of research, a lot of learning. Palm oil is not like canola oil. It is not a liquid at room temperature. They call it like a semi-solid. I know. We're going to try this out. I think this is going to be our best bet, especially because the ingredients are soybean oil and then palm oil and hydrogenated palm oil. So Wendy's uses shortening essentially in their cookies. So that's what we're going with here. So we've already gone over the ingredient list that Wendy's gave us. So to reverse engineer this, I am going to put them in the order of which they need to go into my mixer here. So we go with our fats and our sugars first. So I'm going to do 3/4 cup of vegetable shortening. So how did I get to 3/4 cup of the palm oil / vegetable shortening? I actually analyzed the ratio of my typical chocolate chip cookie recipe and then the approximate ratios that I'm assuming based off of the ingredient list, and then kind of adjusted things with my base chocolate chip cookie recipe accordingly. So this is what we're going with. This is the first test. I hope it works out. Okay, so we have our vegetable shortening, 3/4 cup, and then we're going to put in 1.5 cup sugar. Actually, I think I'm going to put in like 1/4 cup of butter to help with the flavor and the structure. There is a little bit of butter in it, but I feel like I need some butter. So we're going to do it, okay? I'm in charge here. We have 1/4 cup of butter that I'm going to toss in, and then our sugar. This does not feel like a smart idea. It's really fine, promise, it's fine. 1.5 cups of sugar. So there's 1 cup. I will pour this in until it hits the 1/2 cup. That was like perfect. Aww. 1/2 cup of sugar, 1.5 cups. And then our molasses, okay? Molasses is a liquid, so we need to think about that with our flour. I'm going to put in 1/4 cup of molasses here because we don't have any brown sugar. And the molasses will give us that brown sugar molassesy flavor plus the color. Here's the molasses. Tip for molasses, spray with nonstick spray first, and then it will just slide right out of your measuring cup because molasses is sticky. Oh yeah. I'm going to mix this together, cream it as best as I can, and then we will start adding in our liquids. I'll be right back. This is wild. I totally understand the texture of this cookie now because I don't think I've ever made a cookie that is majority shortening before, but this definitely does not cream and get fluffy like it does with butter. I think the butter, when you're creaming it, kind of dissolves the sugar into the butter into like this big, fluffy, light, textured deliciousness. This is definitely very grainy. I don't know if you can see that, but that's kind of how the texture of the cookie was on the inside. This is fascinating. I think we're getting it, you guys. So next up are the liquids, the eggs, and the vanilla. Typically I do 1 egg, okay? But I think we need the fat of an egg yolk because we're missing some good fat from the butter, having mostly shortening instead of butter. So what I'm going to do is 1 egg, plus an egg yolk because I want the fat from the egg yolk, but not all of the liquid from an entire egg, if that makes sense. If there's too much liquid, then the cookies are going to spread and they won't stay nice and thick. So I'm going to keep this egg yolk just in case for some reason the cookie dough is really dry or it doesn't spread while I'm baking my test cookie, and then I can always add that in later. We're going to try it with the yolk though, that's what my gut's telling me. Go with the yolk, Carly, go with the yolk. Okay, I'm gonna wash my paws. And then our vanilla, I'm going for 2 teaspoons, but honestly, I don't measure vanilla typically. It's with my heart, okay? 2 teaspoons, 1, 2, yay! Mix this together and then we'll put in our dry ingredients. Perfect. Now, dry ingredients, flour, soda, salt. Okay, flour. We're going to do 2 3/4 of a cup. Typically I do 2 1/2, but I'm going for the 2 3/4 because of the molasses and we added that extra egg yolk. So I'm thinking we need that flour to balance out the extra liquid. I'm thinking. This is why I do a test cookie, so we can always adjust things if needed. I've got Frankie over here. We got 1 cup, 2 3/4. I'm going to grab a new one. Not that. That's 2/3. Everything, guy. 3/4 cup. Okay. Now for our soda, we're doing a teaspoon of soda and then a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I don't know if you could even see me. Could you see me over here? I got flour out of the way. Teaspoon of soda. So we need 2 of these. This is a 1/2 teaspoon. Then a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then our dough should be done. And we just need a ton of chocolate chunks. And then put them in the oven. My oven is set at 350 currently. I think we might need more vanilla. I can smell the vanilla. Whoa, I can smell the molasses really strongly. So I'm thinking maybe a smidge more vanilla. Just a smidge, just a smidge. Just a little, so like another teaspoon. Perf, we'll mix this in. We're not skimping here. That's 3/4, another 3/4. Mix those in. Let's do a tester cookie, shall we? Yeah. Okay, these are pretty big cookies, actually. I think I'm going to use my number 24 scoop and like over scoop it. Red handle, this is number 24. I think big old scoop like that. I hope. Let's bake this up and see if we need to make any adjustments. Shall we? We shall. Okay. Where are you? You little silver baking mat? Right there. 350, I'm going to go like 11 to 13 minutes is my guess, but I'll report back. Okay. I always do this, but I'm second guessing my entire life as this is in the oven. I feel like I put too much molasses in. I think maybe I should have just done like 2 tablespoons, not 4 tablespoons, which is 1/4 cup. What was I thinking? I don't know. It smells molassesy, but like I tasted molasses, so maybe it's okay. The color just might be off. Ooh, should I make another 1/2 batch really fast while this is in the oven? I have 3 minutes left. Could I do it? Do you think I could do it? I don't know if I can do it. Do I just wait it out and see how the tester comes out? I mean, it is looking quite thick and delicious in there, but I don't know. I think I did too much molasses. Maybe. Get out of here. That needs to be 2 tablespoons. Why did I do that? Why did I think 1/4 cup? It's too much, Carly. It's too much. I mean, they're looking good, you know? Just relax, Carly. It does look like it might need to spread a tad more. I think maybe we need that other egg. Dun, dun. Just relax. I still think there's too much molasses. But if I take out some molasses, which is a liquid, then I'm going to need more liquid, which is the egg. So if I add in, if I did 2 eggs instead of an egg plus an egg yolk and 2 tablespoons of molasses, maybe they would spread the exact right amount and it wouldn't be too molassesy. That's 11 minutes. Actually, they might have spread great. A roller coaster. Okay, color's not right. Too much molasses. See, I knew what I was talking about. I feel as if maybe they need to go a minute longer because the edges are more brown on that. The color's not right. I mean, it smells good. Do we care about the color? Should we care about the color? I gotta do it think I gotta do it again, you guys. 2 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna erase that and I'm gonna make a half batch. Where should I put this? Where should I put this? I mean, I think these are gonna be delicious. Don't get me wrong here, but we are going for perfection. Okay. I need to, we're getting serious here, but we're halving this as well. So that's gonna be fine. The color is wrong, but everything else is looking really great. Okay, molasses. I'm not gonna screw this up again. Halving it, so I only need a tablespoon. Okay. Don't overthink it. This is what we're doing. You go, you go, you go. That's looking better color-wise. For sure. There's some molasses stuck over there. Egg. I got a halfer here. 1, 2, 3. So that's 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. I'm going to get my flour ready. So 2 3/4, that's 1 1/4 plus an 1/8. 1. Here's my half teaspoon of soda and 1/4 teaspoon salt. And then our chocolate chunks. Pretty good over there. This is the color of the dough. This is a much better dough color. Yes. Chocolate chunks. Whoopsie daisy. Chocolate chunks. Hey. Yes. Yes, yes. Okay, now we're going to do our second tester. Didn't know that we were gonna go through all this today together. Okay, let's do it, friends. So just for comparison's sake, see the color difference? Much better. Not so orange. Much better. Okay, this is what we're going with. Let's get a new pan. We don't want a hot pan. Second tester. Going in. 11 minutes is what we're going with. Okay, let's look at this though. Look at this. Look at that beaut. It's pretty. It's really pretty. Does not, this one broke from Wendy's. It's fine. Does not really look like the Wendy's, the color. It's just the color. I feel like it's the color, but I will try it. Oh, the edges are exactly right. Yeah, it's just a little too molassesy. Tastes almost like a ginger snap, sans the cinnamon. We are close. These ones are gonna be spot on. I know it. Not mad at that. Not mad at that at all. Okay, I'll be back in 10 minutes. I just tasted everything and it wasn't recording. So we're going to do it again. Okay. Spoiler alert, they're really good. This is what we have left because I already ate it, clearly. I will gladly eat more again though. So here are the cookies side by side. Wendy's, mine. They are a little bit different in color, but the taste is really, really good. Texture is spot on. Flavor is, it's right there too. They taste so similar. They're very good. Listen to the buttery crisp on the edge. Listen. But it like melts in your mouth. It's so chewy. And so it's very flavorful. Molasses doesn't overpower. It gives it that like homey feel though. And like right after, yes, like it's the same thing. It's crazy, you guys. So we've done it. We've made the dupe. So by the time this video is published, the blog post will be up. You can make these as well. So go to the description below, click the link, and then you can also make yourself some Wendy's chocolate chunk cookie dupes. Do all the YouTubey things, like, subscribe, tell all of your friends because we have a lot of fun over here, and I will see you right back here for another episode next Monday.